Greetings, Earthlings. Welcome back to Aligned Alien April. My name is Sumit Chatterjee from the Flow Zone Academy. Welcome back to Flow State Activation. If you're watching me for the first time, welcome to the channel. I'd recently received a message where someone was asking about how they can get over the little bad patch after enlightenment, basically, okay? Where they were asking me about feeling worse after awakening. He's been feeling like this for a while. He's asking me why he's feeling worse when he went into the expectation that, doing spirituality will make me feel better, right? First and foremost, I just gotta say, I personally resonate with that. I don't know how many people watching resonate with this. Comment down below if you do. You might have heard of the understanding, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water, okay? What you do doesn't change, but the paradigm with which you see is completely shifted. The way I think about it is we have these different energetic centers, okay? Here in India, we call them chakras or chakras. The Ida, Pingala, and the Sushumna, right? They're associated with our astral body. So it's not like it's actually here, right? In this realm. But we're controlling something that is hidden to us, that is concealed to us. When you are spiritually awakened, you might get a lot of backlash because you're finally standing up for yourself. You're not tolerating other people's abuse. You're not tolerating other people taking advantage of you. Once you see the truth for what it is, you learn to treat them with compassion, but you also learn to express yourself, your authentic self. I could come on here and dilute my information down to very bite-sized chunks. I don't choose to do that. I choose to rely on that fundamental heart and soul connection within. A lot of people, when they're saying their mantras, they're really not feeling it from their heart and their soul. They're not going internally to that place of sacred devotion, to that inner sanctum, to that Shambhala within, in order to chant. So your practices have stopped after you became awakened. All the practices you used to do that led to your awakening, or maybe it was an accidental awakening, that could be the case for a lot of people as well. That can be a very shocking or a traumatic type of experience, like a mini trauma, and or a trauma could spike you into a Kundalini awakening too, a near-death experience and so forth. So there's lots of variables to this thing, right? But you understand a lot of stories of the people, let's say you won the lottery tomorrow, right? Suddenly everything has changed. Your life quality has changed, right? The way you see things has changed. You have now this idea at the back of your mind that I have opportunity, I have access to different things, I have a potential to travel, I have all these other things that become awakened, right? Become realized. But you'll notice there's a pattern in people who get rich too quickly. They also drop down in wealth too quickly because they don't feel like they deserve it, because they feel like it's happened too fast, because they submerge themselves into this world of materialism that starts to consume them, like that demiurge like bites their head off, right? And consumes them down into this rabbit hole of just chasing status and chasing reputation and chasing the next big car, rather than magnetizing that energy. Awakening is when the light comes on within you and it starts to shine so bright. But as it's shining within you, all the darkness, all the subconscious gunk that you have is gonna bubble up, rise up to the surface. That's exactly what's gonna happen. So things will get worse before they get better. You have all the darkness of your generation coming from your mother and father. You get what I mean? All the darkness, all the shadows of your generation, you are deciding to be the spiritual warrior who's going to take care of that trauma, who's going to heal not just you, but your whole family's lineage intergenerationally. That's powerful. I don't know about you, but I used to watch Spider-Man growing up. You heard that quote, with great power comes. Exactly. So if the power that you possess actually needs more responsibility, needs more discipline, needs a place where it can actually grow and blossom, it's going to get worse until it gets better. That's what I've experienced. That's what numerous people have experienced through this. You're gonna find your way around this. Right now, it seems abrupt, it seems shocking. It seems like, whoa, like I'm just stuck in one place and I'm not moving and I'm going inwards and I'm being forced to finally look within. The thing about COVID was, right, it forced a lot of people to look within themselves. If they couldn't leave their homes and couldn't do anything, you had to start to explore this about yourself, okay? So indirectly, the planet's consciousness has actually been tuned inwards. Some of you recognize this. You're having more problems because you're finally going, no, I don't want to do that, right? And other people have problem around you because they know you as somebody else. They know you as your inauthentic self, the people pleaser, who's always been like, oh yeah, oh great, haha. And then when you finally step up and be in your light and in your truth, of course you get challenged for it. You got to earn your stripes, not just like I'm wearing like a jujitsu, right, rash guard or whatever. You got to earn your stripes in the spiritual realms. The path to wealth is the path of good karma. Long-lasting wealth, not just short bursts of hedonic wealth. I like the term prosperity over wealth. Wealth is an accumulation. Prosperity is an expansion. It's not about adding more, and being on this hedonic hamster wheel, okay? Hedonic treadmill, as we call it in positive psych. But after a while, man, you know, I grew up pretty privileged. Middle-class family, you know, relatively good standing in society. Parents both doctors, right? So you could say that I had it easy. No, I had it difficult, but in my own way, right? I had to find a footing for myself. I could have been a doctor as well, right? Followed the whole medical path. But I chose positive psychology. I chose the flow state to be my magnum opus. My greatest learning and my greatest teaching on this planet is flow state. And the ability to recognize what it is a powerful ripple effect that is going to change people that watch this video. It's going to get them to recognize the truth. That you're right, man. I actually haven't been really refining this thing. I've kind of been meditating here and there, and I've been scared to finally, you know, go into this. And yeah, when you do the Kundalini, chakra clearing, and all this kind of work, yes, the dimensions have opened up to you. The astral has opened up to you. That can be very, very scary. So you need some proper guidance in this thing. Primal Sutra is helping people with this. I dealt with a lot of anger problems during my awakenings. Okay, and I say awakenings because there were multiple. One first awakening, which got me to realize the true nature of existence, which is that interconnectedness. That's like stage one, right? Oh, I get it. We're all connected. Okay, that's cool. Let's go beyond that. Now, you might understand we're all connected logically, right? Intellectually. Yes, I understand that we all have, you know, share the same atoms and the same gene. No, you're still in your intellect too much. Trying to wrap your mind around these spiritual concepts, okay? There's no wrapping your mind around anything, okay? You need to let the mind free. Let the mind empty. Allow the subtle energies to permeate, bubble up to the surface. See the illusions. Understand it's your responsibility to change, to transform, transformation. In Vajrayana, we call it the diamond vehicle or the lightning path, right? The indestructible vehicle. So we're looking towards working smarter, not harder. You are not the actor in this meat suit. You're the watcher. Who is the I perceiving all of this? Who is the I? That I am presence is going to teach you a lot. Just come back to that. That inner knowingness. I am that I am. I am that I am. Soham. The real play of reality is on a very, very subtle level of existence, and you're not seeing the whole picture yet, so it feels really bad right now. Who is the I? Go back to this false identity, right? This version of you that you think you are. Oh, I have this job, I have this ethnicity, I have this hair color. Yeah, but those are just labels, right? What's really going on with you? I think part of this whole, gender dysmorphia or whatever you want to call that's going on this planet of, a struggle with identification. Who am I really, right? You have a crisis of identity right now as a culture. You're putting on these goggles of the world that see in black and white, in duality, when this whole thing is happening in Technicolor, baby. And I can sense it as a sensate naga. Let's go. I swear, one day I'm going to look back on all of these videos and I'm going to go, man, that guy was a cool motherfucker, right? He really did some amazing things. For those of you who are having difficulty having the mental faculties to keep their ego under check, it's just a heartache, nothing but a heartache. You know what I do when my ego gets too big? Oh, little ego. You okay there, guy? You okay there, buddy? Okay? Patronize your ego. Patronize that shit. It's not as big as it seems, but whatever I'm tapping to that helps me to transcend and transform this identification of mine, well, ain't that something? You gotta stop operating with the social mask all the time, man. You're struggling because there's an internal conflict of this spiritual self and your real self, your physical self, 9-to-5 job, regular, cog in the wheel type shit that you're doing. Don't use meditation, spirituality as an escape from the real world. Use it to embrace the real world even more. You get it? Don't run from this. I'll be honest with you, I've ran all my life. I've been a little bitch ass in my younger years. Running away, avoiding, running away, avoiding, running away, pulling back, non-confrontational. Now I'm fighting MMA, bro. How big of a switch did I make? By understanding that I'm not gonna take anybody's shit anymore. I'm gonna finally live the code, the flow code that I know is within me. And it's within you too. That's why you're on this channel. That's what you recognize. That pure truth of expression, of excellence. That's just a seed right now, but you need to water that seed to keep it alive. The universe as we know it is this Maya, this illusion. It's a Truman Show for our creator. We access all these different energy centers, but understand each energy center is a different dimension, a different portal of a different world, where these different deities align to you. And if you look towards your higher self, there is a devata associated with you, okay? There is this understanding of your higher self. And whichever, I'm speaking in terms of the Hindu pantheon right now, that understanding that, okay, I might be more connected to Shiva, somebody else might be more connected to Krishna, but we still have the same ability to sprout like a plant and bloom in our greatest awareness. Just because we have differences in devatas doesn't mean that we don't have access to the same pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Get what I'm saying? So you can believe in what you want to believe in. It all gets to the same place in the end. We're all trying to get up the mountain. Some people are trying to sprint up the mountain. Some people are trying to take a bike around the mountain. Some people are trying to take a jetpack up the mountain. Some people are just walking up the mountain, hiking. Inquire into something. You might say that this world is fake, like I just said, but then I just thought of something, another perspective, okay? What if you are the fake one? What if you are the artificial one? You see? What if this identity is all Maya and the world is real? And maybe, just maybe, if you change yourself, therefore changing your perception, the world will follow through with that change. The universe is there to co-create with you, not give you handouts. Sometimes words get in the way of explaining these things, you know what I mean? Because really, I want you to start to explore your insight, your internal sight. You're seeing on the outside world, you're not seeing in the internal world. What are you seeing in the internal world? Because that can be a whole swarm of chaos. Subconscious filters and random nightmares and, strange things and ephemeral worlds coming through you. trying to drag you in one direction, other people are trying to drag you in another direction. You're like a pool ball getting knocked around, whereas you need to become the cause of your own life, not the effect. What is your relationship between you and the world? You are the world and the world is you. Stop questioning yourself and doubting yourself, like, why would I do that? And why am I not good enough? And all these different thoughts, rewording it, Just watch with attention. When you're attentive, you're awareness itself. You had an expectation of what awakening would look like for you. And it wasn't what you expected. And we don't always get what we expect, but sometimes life initiates us. One of our deities said to, I think it was King Jin, who said, your problems are your initiations. They're not problems, they're an encounter with the real, a wake-up call with what is true and authentic. So have patience, compassion, consideration. These things are important. I know you're tired of hearing this, okay? You're going to every video, they're telling you the same thing. Have compassion, have a little bit of patience. It's gonna blow over. But if you really need the help, right? You need the path working help, reach out to me. Okay, I've been there before, lots of times. And we gotta shake the rust off, in a sense, okay? To reveal the gold that is already within. Let's get it today, Upward Spiral Gang. May we never be the same again. Hit that like and subscribe button, help the algorithm along. We're all gonna make it, let's get it. May the flow be with you, and may you never be the same again, Os.